Last April, the Korean government announced the list of those who passed the Korean bar exam. Slightly over 50% of the test takers were admitted to the bar. This year's pass rate was a bit higher than last year's, but over the past several years, the acceptance rate has been lowered from about 80%. Due to concerns about an oversupply of lawyers, the government is regulating the rate. Still, a 50% chance of being admitted into the bar may not be as bad as it seems, but a deeper look into the breakdown of those who passed shows a different picture. The law school system was introduced 10 years ago with the objective of infusing diversification and specialization into Korea's legal community. In the previous non-law school system, higher scores on the test provided by the government was the only criterion, and applicants who had greater skills at memorizing and earning higher test scores had the advantage. The background of lawyers was very limited. However, even after the introduction of law schools, there are some troubling issues. Law schools of Korea's top 3 universities boast higher than a 70% pass rate, while schools low on the list have only about a 20% pass rate. The traditional school ranking, which remains a major problem of Korea's education system, is being repeated for the law school system. As young undergraduate students from top universities with higher GPAs are mostly accepted to these top law schools, the new law school system seems to have failed in adding diversity to Korea's legal education. Some people have opposing views. They say that even with some issues, it is true that people with diversified backgrounds and college degrees in various fields go to law school and become lawyers. Now, what the Korean public and the legal community want is to go back to the initial intent of the new law school system, which is to reform Korea's legal education, cultivate lawyers with diverse backgrounds, and allow in individuals with deeper understanding into our society. The good intentions of the introduction of the law school system has gone off course. What started as a move in the right direction has reverted to traditional and conservative education standards. So in that first sentence, I said the good intentions of the introduction of the law school system have gone off course. So good intentions means you want to do something good, but this has kind of gone off course. Off course comes from nautical English, which means on anything dealing with a boat. So to go off course means you want to go in the right direction, but you have actually changed it and you are going in the wrong direction. So you are off course. So the good intentions have gone off course. And then I said what started as a move in the right direction has reverted to traditional and conservative education standards. To revert to something means to go back to an old habit or to do something that you used to do, usually used in a negative way. So, they wanted to change the system, but it's gone back or reverted to the old traditional conservative way. The law school system was designed to break free from the old standards of the Korean legal system and offer a broader range of individuals working in the legal field. However, this does not seem to be the case, as the legal system still relies on standardized tests and school rankings. So in this sentence, I said the law school system was designed to break free from the old standards. So to break free is, if you are doing something a certain way and there's certain rules and you don't like them, if you break free from that, you kind of make up your own rules or do it in a different way. And then I said it offers a broader range of individuals working in the legal field. So it doesn't necessarily mean when you get your law degree, you have to become a lawyer. You can just enter the legal field. You can practice law, or you could use your legal background and get further in education, or you could work in a nonprofit advising people as a lawyer. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to work as a lawyer. So when we talk about people graduating from law school, they work in the legal field. And then finally, I said the old system still relies on standardized tests. So standardized tests are your standard aptitude test, your SATs, LSATs, PSATs, any sort of test that the government gives you or your state gives you. That's what's called a standardized test. Law schools still accept students based on limited factors, such as test scores and GPA. This system benefits those who are good at memorizing and test taking. As of now, there are many factors that guard against students entering law schools. These factors, such as English, GPA, and LSAT scores, limit the range of students entering law school. So in the sentence, as of now, there are many factors that guard against students entering law schools. So to guard or a guard, you might think of a security guard. But if you put in rules or regulations, those guard against sort of progress. They kind of protect the system. So if you have these kind of strict rules of these English, GPA, and test scores, they're guarding against the more diverse background. So for example, if you have great LSAT scores, great GPA, but you're not good at English, you're not going to get in because of this system that guards against people from entering. And then I said the English, GPA, and LSAT scores limit the range of students entering law schools. So, if it limits the range, that means it shortens the amount of people that can get in. So again, you have great LSAT, great GPA, but you're not good at English. There's a limitation or a limit. So you're only going to get the few students who have the ability to get all three to get into law school. The law school system has opened a new way of choosing Korean lawyers, and there has been some change in the right direction. The system is still in its infancy, so there needs to be more time for the system to evolve. So I said the system is still in its infancy. If something is in its infancy, it's like a baby, it's very new. So if this legal system, it's only been around 10 years. So things have just started and the society is getting used to the change. So it's in its infancy here in Korea. So we'll see how it goes down the road. The new law school system is still in its early stages. There has been an introduction of diversity into the attorney pool in the past few years. Only time will tell how the legal system will work itself out. So I said there's an introduction of diversity into the attorney pool. So I'm not really talking about a swimming pool, but it can kind of relate to that. So the attorney pool or the accountant pool or pool of students means a group. So when we talk about a pool of people, it means a certain type of group. So now every year there's more attorneys entering the attorney pool. It means employers have a lot more to choose from, but there might be what we call an oversupply. So the attorney pool is increasing. And then I said, only time will tell how the legal system will work itself out. So only time will tell means we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We can only know as time goes on. So only time will tell means we're a little bit uncertain, but we will know what will happen after a certain amount of time. The bar should increase the pass rate of the test. It is up to the free market to decide whether they work or not. So what we're saying here is the bar should increase the pass rate of the test and the free market. So if, let's say, they pass 80% of the lawyers, the free market or the economy, they'll pick out the lawyers and hire them. And if the ones they don't hire, well, they won't work. But at least they've passed the test. So it's up to the individual and then the demand of the market to hire lawyers they want or not. So we're saying the government shouldn't get involved in that. An oversupply of new lawyers entering the market should not be a concern of the government. The free market will decide who will work in the legal field. So again, an oversupply of new lawyers. So recently, the government's been only allowing 50% of the people who take the test. But if there's 80%, there might be an oversupply. But we really don't see, there's no reason to see the problem because the good lawyers will work and the bad ones won't. So even if there is an oversupply or too many lawyers, it shouldn't be a problem for the economy. All right, guys, thanks for listening. You can follow me at MATTSSAM on Instagram. And I just want to tell you guys, we finally published our Konglish book online. It's called The Konglish Killer. Right now it's on Ready Books, RIDIBooks.com, but will be uploaded to all the other major bookstores and our website. So please check it out and leave your comments. And thanks for downloading, guys. Bye-bye.